History tells us that in 1519, Spanish galleons arrived on the shores of Mexico, bringing the end of the Aztec Empire. But history is written by the victors. What if the roles were completely reversed? Imagine the year is 1492. European lookouts in Lisbon and Seville look out at the horizon, but they don't see trade ships. They see a massive, terrifying armada of warships decorated with gold and eagle feathers. The Aztecs didn't wait to be discovered. They built a fleet, mastered the Atlantic currents, and found Europe first. Welcome to a history that never was. To understand how this happened, we must look at Tenochtitlan in the mid-1400s. In our timeline, it was a city of water, canals, and floating gardens. A marvel of engineering, but bound to the land. But in this reality, a sudden resource scarcity pushed the Aztec emperors to look beyond the lakes. They didn't just conquer territory, they conquered the water. Combining coastal navigation with Aztec discipline, they created a new class of vessels, Tlatoani-class longships. Heavy oak hulls powered by both oars and massive sails woven from agave fibers. By 1480, they had mapped the Caribbean. By 1490, they had tamed the Atlantic currents. An empire of warriors was now an empire of the seas, and their eyes were fixed on the east. Crossing the Atlantic wasn't a matter of luck. The Aztec navigators unlocked the secret of the Great Salt River, the Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current that acted as a conveyor belt, pulling them straight toward Europe. To survive months at sea, they turned to traditional wisdom. Thousands of clay jars filled with fresh water and pulque, dried venison and maize cakes packed in airtight resin bags. Survival was engineered. Yet the ocean is a merciless god. For weeks, nothing but blue void. Starvation, disease, and fear threatened to break the fierce Aztec discipline. Mutiny was only a whisper away. But on the 42nd day, the endless blue finally broke. A green branch floated past the hull, and then the lookout screamed, "Land!" The old world was finally in sight. But the Europeans weren't alone. Portugal, late summer of 1493. The port of Lisbon is bustling with trade when the horizon darkens. At first, the harbor masters think it's a pirate raid, but as the sails draw closer, the sheer scale of the armada leaves the city paralyzed. No cannons fire from the foreign ships. Instead, a heavy, hypnotic rhythm echoes across the water. The thumping of giant snakeskin drums, the huehuetl, a sound that, in Mexico, signaled the hour of sacrifice. The flagship anchors. A wooden ramp drops. Stepping onto European soil is not a diplomat, but the Tlatoani's high priest. Clad in brilliant green quetzal feathers and carrying a staff of black glass, he looks at the stone cathedrals of Europe and smiles. For the first time in history, the old world felt the shadow of the new. The meeting of steel and obsidian was about to begin. But this was no raid. It was the vanguard of a conquest. With Lisbon fallen, the path into Europe stood open. In this altered timeline, the wealth of the old world didn't build European empires. It funded the expansion of the sun god. Rome, Paris, London. Their fates were rewritten. European steelsmithing combined with Aztec strategy. Within decades, high-tech obsidian armor changed the face of global warfare. The age of Western colonization ended before it even began. But as the Aztec banner advanced toward the ruins of the Vatican, a new threat emerged from the south. The Aztecs thought they were the only ones who mastered the ocean. They were wrong. From the shadows of the Andes, the Inca Empire had launched their own armada, and they were coming for the Mediterranean. What happens when two American superpowers collide on European soil? Subscribe and let's rewrite history in the comments. Who wins? Comment below